But yeah, there's a lot of, shall I say, tension around this match as well, because after losing to Drali on EU server best of 5 at the start of the week, Daniel went straight to Rolda's stream, and I'm not leaking anything here. He wrote it in Twitch chat, so I mean it's all been screenshotted. But he wrote in Rolda's chat that if it was 0 ping for both of them, he would clap or something to that regard. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but yeah, he said that he'd win if it was 0 ping for both. Yeah, so he's clearly extremely confident in this matchup, and he also, I think he said something like he doesn't care if Drali's better than him in 1v1 because he's better than Drali in 2s and 3s. So a little bit of copium there from Daniel, a little bit of copium, but you can't really blame him. It was a frustrating series for him, and again, I talked about this earlier. He didn't realize that we were going to be doing an all-EU series. It was my fault. I forgot to clarify going in. But here we are. We're on US East, so Daniel's got a chance of redemption. We've got to go make that right. Give him his opportunity. This is it. Drali's got the 132 ping connection. We tested a few servers. He's anywhere between this and 150 because of his location in North Africa. But this is about as good as it's going to get for him. And he does take the opening goal against Daniel. Now I think that even though Daniel's got the home server advantage here, Drali will definitely keep these games competitive. I'll be very surprised if every game, all 3 games, are blowouts. But of course, it will be very difficult to stop Daniel. Oh my goodness, I'm saying that, but Drali just pre-jump saved in outrageous fashion at the near post. That was a crazy save. Yeah, both these guys were putting up a ridiculous level on EU server at the start of the week. But Daniel's definitely going to need to come out strong here. He can't afford to let his mental game slip like he did on Monday, because Drali has proven to be unbelievably consistent ever since that first show match that he played last week against Moxie, where he was, I think, a bit nervous and clearly inconsistent compared to his usual self, his rank 1 self. I think he's currently rank 2 or something. Since then, he's been brilliant. Oh, what a trip! Drali up by 3, and that bump cannot have been what Daniel was expecting here. He was just getting ready to casually clear this, and Drali's wave dash clipped him and leads by 3 goals just over a minute into the game. Chance for Daniel to get his first goal, and he will. Drali used all his boost on the kickoff, and Daniel, who really impressed apparently Jack with his kickoff when they matched up, showing us once again why he's such a powerhouse at the start of every play. And once again, Daniel crushes it, this time on the other side of the ball, and he is back within 1. Hey Swampy, thanks to the 24-month tier 1. Led 5150, thanks to the 27-month tier 1 as well. And the official JB, thanks to the Prime. Drill FireX with the Prime as well. Appreciate it, guys. I expect to see a lot of wave dash recovery kickoffs from Drali to try and even out the kickoffs that Daniel so clearly has going in his favor here. Open net miss for Daniel there. He wanted a back wall bump, but Drali is safely positioned away from it. That's not a good clear though. It's another open net miss and another open net miss for Daniel. What's he doing? He's missed 3 open nets. I don't think I've ever seen 3 open net misses from Daniel in an entire series. He's done 3 in a row in consecutive plays. And although they were somewhat awkward, I think he should have scored any of them. They all should have been goals, just in isolated incidents. Clearly an inconsistent start for him. It's a decent save for Drali, but he has got to contend with Daniel's follow-up play, and this is going to be tricky. The crossbars actually helped Drali out there just a little, but the boost situation is dire. Daniel looking to tie the game. Can Drali get a power clear at any of these exchanges? He's defending bravely here, but he just can't get rid of the ball. Now that's actually the best clear he's gotten, because he got Daniel on the wrong side of it. 100 boost has been grabbed. Brilliant defense by Drali, and he backs off and lets Daniel reset on the ball. That's a boost starved Daniel, and a 4-2 lead for Drali, who is defending with such skill despite being on the away server. That is unbelievable. We saw a lot of this from Daniel when he was playing on EU server as well. His defense. I'll put the game sound up, by the way, guys. I've seen you guys saying that it's quiet. Let me know if this is any better. But yeah, Daniel, just like Drali, has got such great reads, even with a ping disadvantage. I have no idea how they do it, because if you guys haven't experienced trying to make pre-jump saves, trying to make reads in defense, with 100 or more ping in a 1v1 situation, you need to go and give it a go just so you can understand how impressive it is that these guys are making those saves the way that they are. Drali actually dominating the boost battle here. That's a strong save once again. And he's just going to go straight into Daniel's net. Daniel needs to up the pace here because just like on the EU server matchup, he is getting beaten to the ball. Now, he tried to flip into the ball to clear it from danger and pick up the boost in the same flip there, but he just wasn't able to get it. And I think Daniel might have another goal. Has he? Oh, he went for the mind game. Drali stayed goal side. An air roll shot for him, I think, is hitting the post, but it was definitely a good exchange for Drali. Nonetheless, brilliant takeoff with the air dribble. He's trying to dunk it in. Daniel strong in the way of it. And both players recover well. Daniel has more boost in the following play. It's Drali now trying to stop the ball from centering. It is going to center though, as Daniel hits the bar again. Drali off the inside of the post. Has cleared it and keeps that 3-goal lead. And now he's coming in off the ceiling for the challenge. Daniel blocks it, but it's in a safe location for now. Can Daniel slot it? Not before Drali gets back. The mind game is successful though. Daniel, with a huge play, has closed the gap finally. It felt like it was coming for a long time. Really well played there. He decided that there was a chance Drali would be able to lunge back and get in the way of that one. So he plays for the mind game instead. But there's Drali's fast recovery. Prioritizing recoveries after losing kickoffs is probably the way to play against Daniel, who is just such a solid player from the center circle. And here are the recoveries of Drali. Doing work again. Daniel in a world of trouble here because Drali could definitely run down the remaining time from this position. He's got the ball moving around the field. That trip from Daniel is crucial because that's forced Drali to lose control of the ball. And that'll give him a chance to get the comeback. Long range double. A bit too high perhaps. And Drali, oh what a great read that is. I think Daniel would have had that. Drali got up and in the way of him. The boost management is so impressive once again. Drali keeping his cool under pressure and wasting the remaining time, taking the first game on the US East server. So Daniel's got to really focus up now because he said on a 0 ping matchup he thinks he would win, and now he's losing with the ping advantage. But you've got to remember as well, when you're playing on your home server, pressure's on you. So Daniel is really the player who's under pressure here, especially after such strong words following their first series that they played. And, you know, triple open at a miss tells you all you need to know. Daniel definitely, I think, feeling more pressure than ever in a 1v1 set, 1v1 series. He's changing cars, but he did have plenty of chances in this game. That's the silver lining to the loss for Daniel. He had so many opportunities. He had Drali completely backed up into net for extended periods of time. And, you know, had his accuracy been at the usual level, I think Daniel would have taken this. His accuracy wasn't at the usual level. We saw him miss a reset. Well, actually landed the reset, but the actual shot wasn't as impressive as we're used to seeing from him. Yeah, if you had Daniel's usual accuracy, I think he would have taken this because he had way more possession. He had way more chances from kickoffs to create goals. But it's Drali again who leads early in the game. Daniel needs to stay in touch here because look at that. That's a 100 boost to 20 or so. But Drali is just outplaying Daniel in the awkward little positions. Daniel crushes another kickoff into the corner. Of course, Drali's supersonic anyway. And manages to save. 20 boost. Daniel with an unreal shot to the bottom corner. Manages to sneak it past him. Look at the control here for Daniel. He saw where Drali was, and he just places it. Beautiful. Beautiful shot to the bottom corner of the goal. And yes, it was a strong kickoff, but there was a lot of work to do after the fact as well. And that's the kind of work that Daniel was lacking in game number 1. Drali pre-flip into the air dribble. Has to settle for a 50-50. And now Daniel will air dribble at him, but look at Drali's pre-jump. He's actually in the way of this one. And blocks it into the near post. He's reading the play as well as positioning brilliantly. Look at Drali. He's just one step ahead. And that is a soul read. Look at that flip. He's already in position. And he cuts in field. Daniel's prioritized the boost. Drali will beat him to the ball, even with a boost disadvantage if he keeps making plays like this. And it's easy to ignore the intelligence that's on play and on display there for Drali. He pre-flipped to intercept the play, and then he went for the ball while Daniel is prioritizing boost. That's 2 outplays in the 1v1 IQ. He's not just ball chasing here brainlessly. He's actually just picking his spots, and he's again seen Daniel coming, and he's gotten it past him. Ceiling shot into the floor, 50-50. Daniel trying to sneak a challenge in, but I think Drali had him in his sights the entire time. But what a combination of plays for Drali. He's been executing offensively with unreal speed. His pre-jumps in defense have been unreal. Oh, look at Daniel though. Now he's starting to hit his shots. And you're not going to save that unless you pre-jump. You're not going to save that unless you dive in the way of it. It's Daniel, again, placing excellently, this time to the right-hand side. Thank you, by the way, to QWERTY101, or QWERTY01, sorry, for the 2-year tier 1. And Colonia for the 39-month prime. This time it's Drali with the stronger kickoff. And he immediately converts. You know, Daniel putting a couple of misplays up here, though. That's an unforced error. He could have stayed on the ball, but he's decided to take an extreme risk and go for the corner boost. Now, that would only work if Drali also went for the corner boost, but I don't think Drali's been prioritizing 100 boost pads all that often. He's been prioritizing ball pressure, he's been prioritizing speed, and he's been prioritizing the small boost pads, and it's something that Daniel needs to identify, because if he keeps going for the big boost pad steals, assuming that Drali's going to follow him to those big boost pads and get beaten to them, he might continue to get outplayed. The thing about Drali is that he doesn't really need the big boost pads a lot of the time, because he's just staying supersonic. And if you're already supersonic, you don't need a lot of boost to make plays on the ball, because you're moving so fast to begin with. Daniel covers the floor pinch and sets up a long-range air dribble. Drali's in the air once again, and once again deflects the ball into the post. Daniel must be getting frustrated here, because these are some threatening air dribbles off the wall, and every single one of them is being saved with ease. Here's another though. Can Daniel up the accuracy? Oh yes, he can! And he's really switched levels brilliantly here, because he's realized the resets are not working, so he's gone up high. What a final touch on the ball that is. I mean, it says 41 kilometers an hour because it's hit the bar on the way in, but he absolutely banged that last touch. Drali under pressure once again, but he spots Daniel setting up the air dribble and cuts it off before it gets started. Daniel still going for the high ball on most of his aggressive plays, but he's keeping the variety despite the fact that the setup is usually the same. I mean, Daniel's setting up most of his shots either with with every shot pretty much, every offensive play with a high pop. Here's another one, but you know, sometimes he's using resets, sometimes he's using the backboard. This time it's the reset, and Drali can't get it. Daniel starting to execute on his shots to a much higher level than in game 1. I mean, we saw a shot advantage for him in game 1, and he lost. This time he's got a shot advantage and he's ahead, because I think the level that he's shooting is just at a much more impressive state of the game. Soft touch for Drali as he looks to go infield here. He wants Daniel to lunge at this ball, but Daniel just staying calm, keeping that boost advantage. He's had a boost advantage for the majority of this series, and now he's got a great position for himself as well. 6'4" Daniel. He's finally got the momentum in this set. He's finally got a sequence of plays that have all gone in his favor. There's that wave dash recovery on the kickoff for Drali. Jumps off the back wall early. Oh my goodness. That is not easy to do. He's had to jump off the back wall early here because he knows Daniel might be coming in for a demo. No problem. He just shoots it into the open net. 1-goal game again. And how impressive Drali looks on US East. I don't think many expected it to go like this. I think the majority were expecting Daniel to just run away with this one. And to be honest, I thought Daniel would have the edge in every game, but that they would all be competitive. The fact that Drali has already won a game and looks so threatening is just testimony to the level that he's at right now. Daniel slightly on the wrong side of the ball here, but he's always got that extra touch. Drali reads it. And he tried to lunge in there to capitalize on the low boost situation. But Daniel's in. But Daniel's got enough to make a play. Pre-jump save once again for Drali. Daniel to his own back wall. We're in the final minute, and that's intelligent for Daniel. No center ball there. He doesn't want to let it go across the face of goal. He's seen Drali dunk on so many players in positions like that. Here comes Drali. Again, just prioritizing that supersonic speed. I think Daniel has just missed completely there, but luckily his recovery is sufficient to keep him in the game. Daniel in a rough position here, though. He's used all his boost, except 12 by the looks of things. Look at that positioning, though, knowing exactly when the 100 is going to respawn. Drali tries to go low. Daniel keeping his cool, much like the rest of this game. And again, Drali trying to wait for Daniel to jump past the ball here. Daniel is not doing it. Now, can Drali keep it up? That's masterfully done, but I don't think Daniel's given anything to him here. Daniel has got control. He wins with that 1-goal lead. Really interesting exchange at the end of the game, though. We actually saw Drali looking for numerous low 50-50s at the end of that one. And he did, in fact, get Daniel to jump. He was trying to get Daniel to flip at the ball there. All he wanted is Daniel to flip, and then in the following few seconds for him to be able to run away with the play. Daniel did flip, but luckily he was able to trip up Drali in the process. Just like I said, you know, it's all about executing your shots. Daniel's had the majority of the possession. He's had the majority of the kickoffs going in his favor. He's had the majority of the chances. This game, the difference is he took them, or at least he took enough of them. Now, can he close out the US East portion of this set? He should, I think, with the momentum that he's built for himself, be able to keep control. But there's that kickoff again for Drali. I think he's really smart to use that one after seeing back-to-back kickoff goals for Daniel in game one. Brilliant aggression again by Drali. He's just able to spot the openings to close the gap and actually put pressure on the ball. And he's avoiding demos pretty consistently as well. Now Drali, with a few fake jumps, convinces Daniel it's time to back up. Daniel has dove in, and oh my! Drali drops the ball to avoid a rush challenge. And I think Daniel just went a bit too far there. Got a bit too close to the sun, and he didn't have any sun cream on. Neroxa there, 4-month prime. Welcome back to you. Appreciate the support. Didn't actually get a chance to check which side Twitch we're predicting on. Let me see. So we had, oh my goodness, it's another 50-50. So I think it was a 50-50 last time these two played. And it's 50-50 again. That's pretty crazy. Everybody just going even on the predictions here. Yeah, I agree with the take that in a show match setting right now, I think these two might be the most impressive I've seen at the moment. Come, you know, then if we have a 1v1 tournament, I will be so interested to see the level that players like Daniel and Drali show up with, because right now they're killing the game. And that's back-to-back kickoff goals for Drali. Daniel got a brace of these in game one. Now Drali with two. Is it time for Daniel to go for the wave dash? Because it is the safest kickoff these days. If you're losing kickoffs, or even if you're not losing, if you're just you're losing direct kickoff goals, if you're losing kickoff possessions, the wave dash allows you to even out the disadvantage. Drali just keeping his mechanics warm as he waits for Daniel to shoot. Oh my goodness, the power for Drali. Catches Daniel off his line again. Daniel needs to be so careful here, because he was in no man's land for the first goal of the game, and he was definitely in no man's land there again. But Daniel, fast on the turnaround, capitalizes on Drali being slightly out of position. This touch from Daniel is really excellently done. That was so precise. He's kept it not just over the top of Drali's head, but very close to the wall as well, and that makes it difficult for Drali to do a full turn and get goal side of the ball. Drali has to abort mission on the air dribble, but it's too late. Daniel shoots, and it's an open net. And then that was just a misplay there for Drali. He's accidentally hit that ball way too hard while trying to set up an air dribble. Obviously, he wants to air dribble quickly towards the goal to put the pressure on. He has no intention of hitting the ball away. That was just a great pass. Stephen Shaney, thanks for the tier 1. Here's Drali again. Oh my! Pinches with accuracy. That is truly astonishing. What a finish from Drali. Goal of the set so far, in my opinion. We saw a floor pinch from Daniel earlier on that went bottom corner. Well, try top corner. Drali now has a reset again. Daniel forced to jump, and that's because he doesn't want to suffer the same shot again. Drali has got so many options here. Daniel crushes the challenge, and he tried to play that one up into the ceiling, but the pre-jump for Drali cuts off that angle. Now he's going to try go infield, and he's again managed to wave dash into a bump on Daniel. Drali staying on the ball here, not backing down. Daniel staying very consistent with his ball control. Now with Drali spawning on the far side here, Daniel has space, but not the best shot for Daniel there. He'll be incredibly disappointed. He's catching Drali consecutively with the demos on the landing though. Drali this time will spawn and be able to knock the ball into his own back wall. And now he's the one who catches Daniel. Trying to spot where he's spawning. Daniel does spawn near post. So pretty good spawns there by both players. They're picking the right sides. It is worth mentioning though, I think that Daniel missed an open net. He's not missed this one though. Quick center ball after Drali failed to get a touch on it. Drali was trying to get a 50-50 there. Daniel refuses to give it to him. It's a really good idea for Daniel to deny the 50-50. Drali smartly cuts in field. It jumps over another demo. He's still got 8 boost, and that's going to be enough to outplay Daniel, who had 100. Daniel visibly frustrated here because he's thinking, why is this guy still on the ball? I've got the 100 boost. You've got to leave the ball now. Drali says, no, I'm not going to give this one to you. In fact, I'm scoring. 1 goal lead once again. Kickoffs have been so improved for Drali in this game, I should say. And he's managed to influence that 50-50 in his favor. After realizing that Daniel is going high on a few challenges. 2 goal lead for Drali, and the problem for Daniel at the moment is that Drali's got most of the kickoffs going in his favor. That's not what was happening in game 1 when Drali was leading. Daniel at least had the chances. In this game he's not had a plethora of opportunities. Has he scored this one though? Yes, he has. Daniel lifts the ball over Drali's aggressive early challenge. Drali there just hoping to catch Daniel off guard, but Daniel always has control. He can lift the ball at any moment. But there's that wave dash recovery again. That would have been a kickoff goal had Drali flipped into the ball, but he single jumped. And this a double, but Daniel's got a piece of it. Oh my goodness, what a recovery by Drali! He had the air dribble blocked, and he's not got this one, but my goodness, I am just in awe at this defense. Truly unreal. Drali, just to reiterate, he blocked the air dribble, forced Daniel to go for the air dribble bump. He avoided that and managed to floor pinch the ball into the corner. Now there's the wave dash recovery on the kickoff for Daniel. This is brilliant. We're seeing both players make so many changes to their kickoff strategy. This time it's Daniel who's been forced to make the adaptations, but he's picked a good one. I think that's going to at least give him the chance to save any strong kickoff plays that Drali gets started. Great setup for Daniel, but Drali picks the perfect spot. Oh, he's tripped Daniel on the landing. Daniel's completely out of boost here, and I think that's going to be a bit of a tilter because he thought he had full control, but he's been pit maneuvered on his way back. 32 seconds left, and Drali once again leads in the final game. Daniel with the kickoff mind game. Has he got the power on the shot though? I don't think he does. Drali quickly back into position. Not just once, but 3 times. He's on the ball here. And this is bad news for Daniel. Can he get the boost on the spawn? Yes, he can. Does he have the back wall bump? No, he doesn't. He's going to back out of that one. As Drali sends it to the halfway line. Daniel still has time. He still has a really big boost advantage. But once again, a pre-jump on the air dribble from Drali. Backs him up. Daniel knows he has one more play to go for. It's a bump, but Drali bumps him and wins 2-1 on the USE server, and that is going to put Daniel in shambles. He said he would beat Drali in a zero ping match. Well, he just lost to Drali when Drali had 132. But really, apart from game one, where Daniel had, I think, 3 consecutive open net misses, and I didn't really execute on his offense very well, you've got to give both these players nothing but praise, because that was a really high-level game 2 and 3 from both players. Daniel was pulling off some exceptional shots, and had it not been for Drali matching him in that regard, I think he would have had this. It was clear that he's playing very well. But my goodness. Drali on another level. And now we're going to get to see a bit of a closer ping matchup. And now it's in Drali's favour. This is Drali's home server. We got 60 to 100. And I've got to remind you guys, there's still a chance here for Daniel to get a set win here. He's taking games, multiple games off Jack, off Khaled, and even a game off Joria's on the European server. And he took a game off Drali on the European server just earlier on this week. So he has got what it takes to take games off Drali, but I think he might be tilted, ladies and gentlemen. Where on earth is he going? And I think, honestly, if I've got to criticise one thing about Daniel's setup for this match, it's like I think he put a ton of pressure on himself. You know, going into a public forum such as Twitch chat and saying, I would beat this guy on a zero ping matchup, that only puts pressure on you, because Drali's already shown us that he's capable of playing with high ping, and he's showing us that he's still going to be the favourite, even if Daniel can take games and possibly even take the series on EU. Drali's absolutely the favourite on this server. I think we had 2 really close games on the EU server on Monday, and then Drali really did look very impressive indeed. He started to take control. Yeah, Daniel, you know, he's just got to settle down here. He needs somebody to coach him in this one. Oh my goodness, Drali is actually just flexing with the air dribble defense. What was that? Daniel has no idea where to go, because Drali's pre-jumped. He says, what are you going to do? You're going to go high? I'm high. Daniel goes down a bit lower. Drali says, oh, it's fine. I'm there as well. He's just one step ahead. That was such a flex. The pre-jumps on these air dribbles are just something I have not seen before. Such confidence. And those of you who have watched a lot of Daniel 1v1, like myself, will know that Daniel scores the vast majority of his air dribbles. He's got the air dribble up high, he's got the air dribble dunk, he's got the air dribble resets, he's got the air dribble bumps, he's got the air dribble into floor pinch. He's got such a brilliant air dribble repertoire that no one, I've never seen anybody stop it. I've never seen anyone put the brakes on Daniel's air dribble repertoire. But Drali has done that today, and now he is completely dominating once the ping switches sides. And yeah, Daniel needs to really just get a hard reset here, because Drali's, I think, just outplaying him. He's just straight up outplaying him now. The Canada flag, by the way, is because Drali is Canadian. Drali was born in Canada. He lives in Morocco. He's actually just... Oh my goodness, Drali, where's he going? I think he's maybe gone a bit too high on that one. He pre-jumped to the ceiling to try and save a ground shot. To be fair, he almost had it. He almost had it. Oh man. Yeah, Daniel being flexed on here. He's got to step up here. He's got to step up and remind Drali what kind of player he's up against, because Drali right now is just showing absolutely no respect. And this is exactly what he did to apparently Jack. He just showed no respect whatsoever, and ended up winning that series as well. Oh, that's a brilliant comment in the chat. Drali is overrated. By who exactly? Who is overrating Drali? Please tell me. Please elaborate on that one. That's a comment and a half. Is it possible to overrate Drali right now? I don't know if it is. Oh, it is! He's missed! Oh, what a clown fiesta this game is. What is going on? How did he miss on that side? It's like, I asked the question, but I actually already know the answer. It's like those open nets where it's so open, but you're thinking, okay, if I miss this one, it's gonna be the near post that comes into the play, so I'll hit it on the other side of the goal, then you hit the far post. So, yeah, I know what's gone wrong there, but I don't know how he managed it. But yeah, I'm going to keep saying it. I think there really is honestly a chance for Daniel to hit his stride and take a game, maybe even two. He's just got to shake off the tilt, because right now he's clearly tilted, and he needs to understand that without a solid mentality, without an absolutely solid mentality in this matchup, he's not going to beat Drali. And oh my days, even with one, I still don't think he will. If Drali's making plays like this, what on earth was that? The turtle setup. He just used a self-righting mechanism, the stream mech pop. Unreal. 7-1. As Drali in free play. Has anyone ever done this to Daniel before? I'm not sure. I didn't watch the Joria's Daniel series. I don't know if this happened in any of them, but personally I've never seen this. Daniel's young, tough to keep the right attitude. Well, Drali's younger, so like Daniel's got a whole year on Drali, and when you're 13, 14, a year's a long time, so that's not really a valid excuse here. There isn't really. I mean, tilting is just something that happens to everybody, and okay. You guys, let me explain it like this. By the way, unbelievable again in defense by Drali, but okay, let me explain it like this. If young players are the fastest to learn Rocket League mechanics, I mean, type 1 in chat if you think the younger players, the 13, 14-year-old, 15-year-old players are the most mechanical right now in Rocket League, because I do. I think that the best mechanics in the world come from 13, 14, 15-year-old Rocket League players. They have the best mechanics. I think we can all agree with that. And the reason for that, in my opinion, is because at that age, your brain is able to learn at such a rapid pace, and without even having to think about it, you're just able to do things. So that's why younger players are able to learn quickly. Now, the same also applies to things like mentality. The best time in your life to learn how to have a good competitive mentality is when you're young. And that is something Daniel can do. It's something all of the young players can do, because just like learning how to become mechanical in Rocket League, you can learn how to, control your emotions and how to be a better player mentally. I think it's a very underrated element of pro play and of competitive play in Rocket League, and it's something that I think coaches and even esports psychologists can really help players out with. If you realize that your mentality, that your emotions, and that aspect of the game can be learned, you can actually improve in those areas, just like you improve in your double taps when you go into a training pack. Then you can really start to iron out your weaknesses, and that's something that I'm confident any player, anyone who's 13, 14, 15 years old, anyone can do that at that age, because you have the ability to learn quickly. So it's just about applying yourself. These guys, they know how to apply themselves. They know how to get good at a video game. Now, if they use that same talent to try and get better at not being tilted, get better at staying calm, get better at executing under pressure, get better at being a good teammate who builds up the confidence and the morale of the other players in their team, then you're really going to take your game to the next level. So that's where, Daniel clearly in this kind of matchup needs to try and solidify, because no one's questioning his mechanical ability, no one's questioning his 1v1 IQ, but I think he probably put himself in a tough position with the talk before the match. saying that he'd beat Drali on 0 ping, and then he plays on the home server, all the pressure's on him. Which is fine, by the way. That kind of trash talk, I really like that. I really like that. But you have to know how to back it up, and you have to know how to, you know, put all that to the back of your mind when you get into the game. All the trash talk and all the build-up is great to hype up a game. As soon as you get into the game, you can't be thinking about that. You just have to be thinking about you, the opponent, and the ball, and what your game plan is, what adaptations you need to make to counter what he's doing well, and what adaptations you need to make to counter what you might not be doing well on that day. But yeah, these are all lessons I'm sure Daniel's more than capable of learning. And he's going to need that. He's absolutely going to need that, because there's 3 elements to Rocket League. There's mechanics, there's strategy, and there's mentality. And the strategy and the mechanics, to me, watching these two play, look pretty even. I think mechanically they both look unreal. I don't think, but my point is, I don't think Daniel's got a mechanical advantage. And he does. Daniel does have a mechanical advantage in 99.9% of 1v1 matchups. This is one that he doesn't have a mechanical advantage in. And I don't think he has a strategical advantage either. I think that Drali's had brilliant switches of his gameplay, and he's been reading Daniel excellently, start to finish. So, you know, if you don't have an advantage mechanically or strategically, you need a Garrett G mentality if you're going to win. You need that. Or else you're not going to be able to come back from adversity. That's how I would describe the current situation Daniel's in. Drali's really brought it today, and he's shown that he's not just able to put in work on the home server, he's, I think, just as, if not more impressive on the away server. And here's Daniel now, in a tie game, on EU. So, just to reiterate the format here, we're playing this game and one more on European server. Daniel can still tie the series, and that's what he needs to be thinking about right now. He shouldn't be thinking about, oh no, I lost the 2 games on US East. He should be thinking about, okay, how do I win 2 on Europe? How do I win this game? And then after we've won that game, how do we win the next game? That's all that really matters here. Because he can do to Drali what Drali did to him. And he's doing it a lot better in this game than he was in game 1. Here's Daniel putting up back-to-back plays. Such a well-executed air dribble bump there. Daniel flying back towards the ball there because he realized he was a bit too far in front of it, and he knew that Drali was going to try and go under him. So he's slowed down and flown into Drali in the process. Drali's reset, a bit low, and he doesn't land with a lot of momentum there, so Daniel's able to beat him to the corner boost. As Drali hides behind the ball, fakes a jump. Daniel's not buying it. But that was a real jump on the follow-up by Drali. Wave dash and a pre-flip gets into the ball, but Daniel's got the solid 50-50 and now has a 2-goal lead. It looks like Daniel has managed to shake off that tilt. He was clearly tilted for game 1. He just couldn't get his head in the game. And now he's playing at the level that we're used to seeing from him. And it doesn't take long for these young guys to make those changes, even on the fly. Daniel looking for the top corner, and he's found it. 2 air dribble bumps, and he's scored both of them. And Drali, for both, has tried to go underneath Daniel to make the save. I think he might need to go over on the next one, because Daniel's got such solid coverage on the front of the ball there. I don't think there's any way that Drali, well, maybe it's possible, but definitely not easy for Drali. Oh, Daniel wanted another one, but he's hit the post. That was so close, but the bounce really didn't favor him. It's bounced upwards there, not out away from the goal. I mean, Daniel knew if he misses, it's going to be a goal. There's no boost for him to recover with. Best thing for Daniel to do right now would just be get his hands on the ball, run down the clock. Just let the clock do the work now, because he's still in the lead by 2. But he's done the opposite. He's actually just gone for the fastest possible attack, and it hasn't worked. And Drali has put it past him. Now, that was on target. I think that it was just too hard of a shot for Daniel to get to. Daniel has not stopped boosting. Well, he's not let go of supersonic speed the entire way back there, so There was really no way that he could save that. Shot was just too good. There was maybe a way that Daniel could save it if he went straight back to his goal instead of taking the mid boost on the way. He didn't realize he was under that much pressure, and just like that, Drali's back in it, 5-5. The air dribble bumps are savage from both players. Yeah, I'm thinking the more I see out of these guys, we really do need... Like last time we did Salt Mine, it was 15 plus, and it was EU on one tournament, NA on another. What do you guys think? Is it time that we just open it to all ages and do all regions, one big 1v1 tournament again? I think it might be time, because we can't have a 1v1 tournament and not have Daniel in it. We can't have a 1v1 tournament and not have Drali in it. I mean, look at these guys. This is just something else. And I think he's done it again. Daniel again. This time with a pop bump, and he's just blocking the saving angle on every single one of these. If you're wondering why Drali's not jumping up earlier, it's because if he does, he's going to hit Daniel. You see there, Daniel, I think he might have clipped him, even though Drali's waiting the longest possible time. Yeah, I've said many times, you know, you can't rank people ahead of Joria's Jack Khaled unless they beat him in tournaments, and I want to give them an opportunity to do that. I really do, because it's a shame to not be able to play. Well, you know, it's a shame to have to wait that long. Like I was saying earlier, a year feels like a long time when you're 13, 14, so having to wait until you're 15 to play, definitely not a fun thing to do. Nice finish by Daniel here. Really strong kickoff. Drali went for the slow approach, tried to chip it past him. Daniel got a second touch, and he slots it bottom corner. And that's a really good kickoff again. Like I said earlier, Daniel just needs to try and let the clock do the work for him. Oh, he's actually got a demo somehow. Not sure how, how he managed that, but that will do nicely. Daniel up by 4. Really got in the zone in the kickoffs again, just like game 1. Daniel dominating. It's just because he's so consistent. Even when Drali tried to go for the slow approach and chip it past him, Daniel still got it. Still managed to get a second touch on the ball, I should say. Imagine Dan, Drali, Jack, Joris, Khaled all in one tourney. That would be incredible. That's what I'm thinking, you know? That's what I'm thinking. Because it's something I'd love to see. I'd love them to have the opportunity to cement themselves as the best in a tournament setting. To do what not many players have done recently. I think only Fairy, Peak, Fahad have given those 3 a run for their money in tournaments. Maybe Astral in that conversation as well, but yeah, the young guys are absolutely top tier in the Showmatch setting right now. Oh, you don't want to let your guard down too early though, Daniel. That was a 4-goal lead just seconds ago. Now it's 2. Daniel just needs a safe kickoff. What's he going to go for? He's going to try and keep it simple. I think Drali's got to shoot this, and Daniel knows that Drali's got to shoot this, and he doesn't let him. Daniel closing out game 2 on Europe with a very safe strategy. And now, like I said, he's still got a chance to tie this. Going into the last game in the set, he's within 1. He's within 1. You know, he can't really stand by what he said pre-match. That's out the window. You know, you can't really... he didn't back up the fact that he would win on even ping, but he can still win the EU set, just like Drali won the NA set, which would be crazy. Thank you, by the way, to Narox with the 4-month Prime, and Steve Cheney with the Tier 1, Abalam with the 10-month Prime, 200 bits from Racanis, and RB Thurston with the 10-month Prime as well. Thanks, Racanis, for bringing my attention to that. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to continue streaming after this. I'm just doing one series, then that's it for me for today. But next week, I'm sure we'll be back with plenty more 1v1s. Probably plenty more cross-region 1v1s, because I think the players look great. I think they look great. We saw a lot of EU versus NA. We saw, you know, the 3v3 teams going at it cross-server, and nobody really looked like they would be able to take a series on the away server. Even when it goes to like ace matches or the business end of a series, the home team finished far stronger. But in 1v1, I mean, we've seen Joria's took a game off Daniel on US East. We've seen Drali take a couple of games off Daniel in US East. We've seen Drali take games off. We've seen Daniel take games off Joria's Jack, Khaled, Drali, even series off Khaled and Jack. So there's clearly the potential for cross-region upsets in 1v1, even if they are apparently absent from threes. That's exciting. That's exciting. I know that everybody's desperate for those cross-regional tournaments, so maybe 1v1 is where it's at. Maybe the 1v1 cross-region is the one that's going to be the most fair. Am I casting Sam OCE? No, I'm not casting Sam OCE tonight because it starts at 11 p.m. my time, and it runs, well, so I think South America runs till potentially 2 in the morning, and then OCE runs till potentially like 5 in the morning or something, so I'll be sleeping because I've got to do Europe, America, or Europe rather. I'm not in America, I'm just in Europe this week, the next day. So, yeah, sleep time for me. What defense again? That's safe by Drali. Jumps off the wall, which is an incredibly awkward position to be in. I mean, when you're on the back wall at the near post and you're having to turn around to fly at the ball, it's very difficult to block shots and get solid 50-50s, but I think Drali just did both of those things at the same time. So had Daniel taken a shot, Drali's got it covered. If he went for the 50-50, it looked like Drali had that covered as well. Now a thunderous strike ricochets off the crossbar. So another warning from Drali. Daniel trying to sneak through the play. Hit Drali with a surprise attack, but Drali remains unsurprised, and Daniel having to come back here. That's smart by Drali to waste a little bit of time off the clock and force Daniel to do his bidding. I'm glad to see that Daniel realized that was happening and he did immediately speed flip towards the goal, because I was kind of worried. Okay, we're getting a bit of a one-sided game here. Maybe Daniel's just going to turtle spin on Drali's goal line and not come back. I know he's still playing for the win here, but he's going to need to do it in a different way than the last game, because Drali's in an extremely strong position. And full credit to Drali. You know, we saw some strong kickoffs from Daniel in Game 1. We saw some strong kickoffs from Daniel in Game 5. Every time that that's happened, Drali's made the necessary adaptations. He's switching the way he's dodging into the ball. He's switching the timing of his arrival at the ball. And he's mixing in those wave dash recoveries as well, just to limit Daniel's success rate on the kickoffs. Oh my. Well, great recovery. Daniel didn't look like he was going to get a chance to save that, but Drali messed up his second touch, and Daniel was able to get there. Why is Daniel throwing? I mean, I wouldn't really say Daniel's throwing. I think he's just been outplayed for the majority of today. Game 4 is a write-off. Obviously, Daniel was tilted for that one. I mean, obviously, that was not Daniel's usual level of play. Not that you could take anything away from Drali for that. I'm not saying it wasn't a clear win for Drali. Of course, it was a deserved win for Drali. He had the stronger mental game today, and that won him Game 4 all by itself. But in the other 5 games, Drali has had a pretty clear advantage. He's shown up with ridiculous pre-jumps in defense that I don't think Daniel was ready for. And his reads on Daniel's plays in the midfield, especially in Game 2, were incredibly impressive. Drali really caught Daniel off guard numerous times. You know, this hasn't just been a mechanical display. He's played so intelligently as well. And when it comes to offense, Drali's offense has been pretty sick mechanically. I think maybe taking the cake there also, because I mean, he had goal of the series, goal of the set with a top corner floor pinch. Both players have had success with, well, a little bit of success with the resets, but obviously with defense at the level it is, it's hard to even score those. That's good play by Daniel. He's still got a shot here. You know, it might sound ridiculous, but 5 goals in 90 seconds is absolutely possible in ones. And it might be even more possible against a player like Drali, who's so aggressive. If you can just get those early flicks on the ball in the midfield, you're likely to catch him challenging a lot of the time. Daniel, flip reset into a pre-flip. He's still got the dodge here. Oh my goodness, Daniel, did he go back for a second reset on this? That is crazy. Look at that, he has a reset, pre-flips into it, and then he comes in for a second reset and flicks it on target. That is ridiculous. A double reset goal with a pre-flip air dribble thrown in the middle. Just crazy. Still winnable for Daniel, and another strong kickoff goes to the left-hand side. He just scored off this wall, so of course he's going to try again, and it's a high air dribble dunk this time, and it works! Drali getting hit with a mix-up, and with a minute 15, it's a 3-goal game. You never want to let your guard down in ones. 7-goal advantage is not an insurmountable lead. And now Daniel goes with the slow kickoff. That is an open net. Takes his time with it though. He's going to go for the cut-in field. Didn't want to rush the shot and miss. Drali's got the 50-50 mechanics. Should Daniel have just taken his opportunity at the top corner, at the right-hand side of the goal there? I think he probably should have. If he just smacked that one in the top corner, he had a whole minute with a 2-goal deficit. Now Drali's going to make it 4, and that might be too much to come back from, especially when you've lost your streak of goals, when you've lost your momentum. Daniel still looking strong to the left. There's that wave dash recovery though. Daniel would have won the race to the ball there, but Drali had a flip to work with, and he's still going for more resets, and he's still scoring them. Without a pre-jump, you're just not going to get in the way of these, and Daniel doesn't have the well, clearly doesn't want to go for those same pre-jumps on air dribble resets that Drali was going for earlier. And the 5-goal gap is opened up again. Drali wasn't going to give him all those kickoff wins in a row. Oh, he's own goaled here though. So maybe still a chance if Daniel can score with the kind of speed that he was scoring at earlier. Yeah, Drali's just not going to give him the chance to. The wave dash kickoff is so resilient. It's so safe. Even if it's not going to get you goals a lot of the time, it is going to stop the opponent from scoring a lot of the time. A ceiling pinch from Drali. Daniel able to collect it in his half. And although it's still possible, I think with Drali's kickoffs, it's not going to be doable for Daniel here. To create 3 chances, it's just not going to be easy. He went for it though. Slow approach again to go for the immediate goal. But yeah, Drali's barreled through it and takes the EU series as well. GG's. Great games by both players. Oh my goodness, Drali sends another outrageous shot into the bottom corner as a celebration. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Drali is on another level. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. GG's from Daniel. And he's not wrong. I think he's been stunned today. At least on the first half of this set. But I'm sure that he can regain. I'm sure that he can learn from this and come back even stronger the next time. But yeah, congratulations to Drali. Crazy. Absolutely crazy performance from him. To beat Daniel 2 out of 3 on the USE server, and then also, I mean, pull out the the confident win on the home server as well. I mean, yeah, clear win for Drali there. Clearly the better player today. And I say today because this is, you know, it's a show match. I'm sure that these two will have more great matches in the future. I could see this becoming a phenomenal rivalry.